welcome to this podcast of College and Career Ready. I'm Angela and I'll be your host today. Have you ever considered some of the intangible factors that contribute to high school and college success? I'm talking about factors such as work ethic, achievement orientation, and the one I'd like to discuss today, hopeful thinking. I was reading an article recently that reported there were 20 years of research behind this attribute. You may be surprised about a few of the findings reported. Did you know that hopeful people tend to live longer and be more satisfied with life? Hope also predicts academic achievement, a critical factor in college and career preparedness. Interestingly, hope has been positively related to superior athletic performances among student athletes, irregardless of their natural level of athletic ability. In other words, successful athletes are hopeful individuals. They don't go into competition expecting defeat. Successful coaches, perhaps unknowingly, promote hopeful thinking in their athletes, but we often fail to do the same outside of sports. So let's use what good coaches do right as an example of how we can promote hopeful thinking in our children. First and most importantly, coaches help the team understand the goals, both short and long term. Athletes go into a game intended to win it. That win helps them to propel to their next goal, getting to postseason play. So not only do they have clarity about their goals, they set smaller goals along the way. One loss doesn't sidetrack the goal. Coaches use let's keep with it encouragement after a loss. They work with athletes and discuss whether new skills need to be developed and provide support and help for them to learn it. Well, coaches may not realize it, but all of these actions promote hopeful thinking. 4 years of high school is much longer than any one athletic season, but there are striking similarities between what coaches do and what parents can do to promote hopeful thinking in students. As parents, we need to help our children set their 4-year goals and determine how they will get there. Saying, I need to go to college and get good grades is not enough. If you ask a prospective college athlete what they need to do to play at the next level, chances are very good they can identify a ranking, a number of points they aspire to score, a number of touchdowns per season. Well, you get the point. So in the academic arena, what grade is a good grade, and how is it related to your prospective college in terms of what they are looking for GPA? So what if your child doesn't make the grade desired? Parents need to help their children evaluate the reasons. Was more practice time needed to develop the skill? Coaches commonly promote intensive practice that begins prior to the season and runs every school day that there is not a game. Athletes are not allowed to consider the prospect of showing up for a practice a couple of times and getting into the game. They certainly wouldn't entertain the idea that you could practice the day before a big game and that will be sufficient for the win. So why don't all college-bound students show up to class sufficiently prepared for that big exam? Perhaps their practice strategies are a bit off. Maybe they could use your help in more clearly identifying their academic priorities and rethinking their strategies. Coaches also encourage the team to keep their perspective in defeat. They continue their pumped-up, we can do this talk with the team and individual players. In academics, the obstacle is often a challenging course, an exam, or an SAT or ACT score. Often those factors can't be avoided, so the development of keep going thinking is critical. If you aren't sure whether or not your child is hopeful, listen to some of their remarks when defeated or challenged. Do you hear statements like, I can do this, I'm not going to be stopped, I know I can do better next time? Consider the development of hopeful thinking a critical attribute that you want your child to develop. It is crucial not only to their academic success, but to their fulfillment in life.